Now please welcome to the podium Senior CJ Rosales Castaneda.
Y'all got me nervous, bro. I'm honored to be here in this moment and speak on my generation, the class of 2022. The movies lied to me. This was nothing like High School Musical. These past 4 years have been a lot, and I feel we've learned through many experiences. We've gone through the pandemic, we've seen the loss of students, and we've seen the inequality in our justice system and in the world. High school has been a struggle for all of us, and it's been a confusing journey, but our road doesn't end here. We all got our own struggles, and every one of yours is important, but I want to tell you a little about mine. Did you know I'm Mexican? It's a fun fact. You probably don't expect much out of me. I'm just that quiet kid you see in the corner. I was told, if they don't understand your silence, they'll never understand your words. So I want to tell you how I'm more than that. I didn't grow up proper, and I didn't have moral support either. I moved so many times, I've lost count on my fingers. I never felt like I had a home, and I was in and out of school, and I became homeless a few times. I promise you, it's not as bad as you think. I moved at least 10 times throughout high school, and I felt like I couldn't keep up. I barely made it to this moment here, and I finished all my work on the last days. Man, am I lazy? I'm not exactly a good student. I never did my work, and I was always late to my classes. But as they say, good things take time. Honestly though, I'm glad I made it here. The journey wasn't easy. Growing up, I always felt conflicted about my identity. I grew up not being allowed to show emotion, because if I did that, that made me a girl, sensitive and weak. I felt like I couldn't be me, and that I couldn't open up about my own feelings. I felt like I had to be a therapist for my family. It's funny that they're the ones who told me to man up. A single mother with all older brothers and sisters, I'm always getting compared. I could never be my own person. Constantly I'm being told to be a man, but I never had my dad growing up. He was deported before I was born. He wasn't ever there in my life, but I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave and fight without him. I had 18 great birthdays without him, and he never once sent a card. I didn't need him then, and I don't need him now. One thing he can't ever teach me about is the courage I got. Being raised without a dad is a lot. I struggled and suffered with being a man and learned it all on the spot. And you know what? I'm proud of me. For so long, I felt like I didn't know who I was. I felt as if I never belonged. I was too white for the Mexicans and too Mexican for the whites. I'm always being told that since I can't speak Spanish, that I'm not enough, that me listening to Mexican music is too much for the white people. I've always been in this middle where I never fit in. I've been the outcast of my own people. A hard decision I made this year is that I left my family. I left and got blamed for wanting more. With my mom, I felt like it was never enough, that she had a worse childhood than me, so that means I should be happy for what I got. I was always told that I have a roof over my head. What more should I want? As thankful as I am, she could never listen, and I don't want to parent someone who's supposed to be mine. I was just a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. I needed guidance. I needed help, not for my day to be ruined. I never understood why it was so easy to make her upset and burst her bubble. I just wish she would listen. Maybe sometimes that would help. I wanted her to tell me that I'm doing okay and that she cares about my health. I want her to be happy, but I can't do nothing right. If I try harder, maybe we'll have a good time. I asked myself, how did she let me go? How on earth did she do it so easily? It's okay she can't be proud of me, because finally, I am. She spent my childhood hoping I wouldn't turn out like her, but she let her childhood onto me. I may be stubborn and stupid and a mess, but it's okay to be a mess. I had to learn that the past doesn't define me. The universe gave me people who are kind, patient, and forgiving in the way that I lack. By now, you're probably wondering, why am I telling you my depressing story? Shouldn't we be happy right now? You're right. I'm telling you because I know you all went through your own suffering, and it shouldn't go unheard. I know how hard it can get, and I want you to know you aren't alone, and I want you to know that you are seen and your story matters. I'm not looking for pity. That's the last thing I want. I want you to understand that living a life in high school is hard. Life takes a toll on all of us. Life isn't fair, and we're all just trying to get by. You do anything to make sure your family eats by any means. I know it isn't easy, and I know many people have wanted to give up, but what I gotta say to that is, look at you now. Everything we have done up until now has not gone to waste. You're still you, and everything you've done has had a purpose. No one can strip you of your self-worth. You made it this far, why can't you go a bit farther? Failures are just opportunities in disguise. One day, you'll look back and be happy you didn't give up. We can't stop now. We're so much more than the product of these past generations. As a Chicano, I learned that I've been given an opportunity better than my previous generations, and I want to do better for my people and my culture. I want to expand. I want to expand on what it means to be a Mexican and a white. Every person is different, and we all have our own types of interests, and it's important that we recognize we're going to live different too. But that doesn't mean you're any less. You are enough. You being you is enough. I want to bring all kinds of communities together in the future. There's so much hate and negativity in this world, and everyone is hurting. I want to be that place where people can go to and feel like they have a home. I want to be that voice and allow you to be heard, and you all matter, and we as the future have to do better for us. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I didn't make it this far on my own. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I couldn't have made it here without the support I've gotten. And I'm forever thankful for everyone. First off, I want to appreciate David and his family for taking me in and giving me the opportunity to graduate. They've been nothing but supportive of me, and I owe them everything. I want to thank Miraza and Envy. And I also want to thank my mentors, Julio and Dante. They took me under their wings and put me on the right path. They were there for me when no one else was. They taught me that I could believe in myself, and they showed me that family is more than blood. I also want to thank the teachers who have helped me the most. Miss Jaylene Robert Lewis, Miss Carla Brazelton, Mr. Williams, Mr. Harrison, and Mr. Arthur. These people have made me feel heard and seen, and they encouraged me to do better in life. They are the most loving, caring, and understanding teachers that could exist. And they've done nothing but try their hardest to adapt and learn how to teach in these confusing times and make it work. They deserve the best of the best. And I also want to say, I want to give a big thank you to a compa of mine, Jacob Fast. He allowed me to stay with him so that I could continue to stay at Lincoln. He's been a real one, and everything he's done has made me proud. I want to thank my brother, Andrew, and all the friends I've met along the way. These people are family to me, and I would do anything for them. They show me that family doesn't have to be blood. Family are the people who make you feel like you belong, and they genuinely care about you. The energy you surround yourself with is what you feed off of. We all have came from different struggles, but just because someone else's is worse doesn't make yours any less. You all matter. I know y'all parents out there have tried your hardest to take care of your kids, and it's been a hustle, and you've done a great job. You're getting to watch them graduate. There's beauty in the struggle and fulfillment in the journey. I promise you, it gets better. I'm living proof. We've all came a long way, and we have so much more to experience, but hey, fool, I'm proud of y'all. We did our thing.